How everybody, welcome back to another free six-pack of winners for today. We're going to have three games we're looking at. We're both going to give away a free pick, and today's action is for Tuesday, the 29th of April. And yeah, just 2 days to the end of April, which you know what that means. Kentucky Derby's this week as well. It's my favorite betting week of the year. Kentucky Derby Day is always my favorite. So excited about that. But before we get to it, let's give you some free winners to get you some bankroll to get to that point. Also, don't forget, get in on that free $60 account, docsports.com/free60. That's where you can get on our top plays every day. If you're a new customer, get in on that. If you're an existing customer, just go to the grid. That's where you can get on our top plays. I'm on a little bit of a heater. I hate to jinx it. Hold on, let me knock on some wood here. 10-2 run, headed into Monday night with the game pending. So hopefully we keep it going. That's the last 9 days. So hopefully we keep that going. I'm going to have a top play in Major League Baseball today. I haven't had a top play in Major League Baseball for like 10 days. So is due. I also have a little small play in Major League Baseball and the NHL. IC, what do you have for tonight? Any top plays for Tuesday?
Well, I'm sitting on a top play as well on a 7-1 in the NBA playoffs. We'll see how that goes. If I win this, maybe a top play in the NBA tomorrow. Definitely not in baseball. But we're on about a plus 6,000 run in hockey as well. And between hockey, baseball and the NBA, things are just going along. Just a nice little grind here, a little bit of profit here and there. So, yeah.
So if you want to always check who has the best plays, all you got to do is go to docsports.com, log in into your member area. Right away, you'll see the big play alert. So that'll tell you who has the big plays and what sport. And then below that, you could just get in on it. It's $30 per day per sport or $99 per week per sport. There's also some really good deals. I think it's $249, might be even reduced now. Both NBA and NHL playoff passes are up. So make sure you can get in on those if you want the whole pass for the rest of the season. All right, so also don't forget.
Hey bettors, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video.
I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about our Premium and Premium Plus. You can get our Premium Plus here at YouTube. All you got to do is click the link in the description to get in. It's $19.99. And the only way to get that price is if you click the link on desktop because, these other, Apple and them charge fees, and they do pass that along to you guys. We don't get any of that. So make sure you get on that. It's $49.99 for the Premium Plus. IC, tell them what they get for the level 1 for Indian Cowboys plays.
Yeah, I mean, you get the video before anybody else. You get our YouTube premium product, and I tack on a prop usually, but also I give 3 extra selections every single day. It's about 100 selections offered just $20 a month. You get a recorded podcast. You get a written summary at the end. You get that video before anybody else does. And which is awesome. The Premium Plus, so that's YouTube Premium. Premium Plus is amazing because you get 3 extra selections, which are premium selections from Doc's Handicappers, which is a $90 value per day. You're getting it for $49 per month, which is incredible. And that really sort of sets the tone for you. If you're thinking about a play, if you're not sure, I mean, for $50, you're talking about a little bit over $1.50 a day, and it'll push you over the edge with someone, an expert who's thought about that game for you. And so that's a great product to have.
Yeah, $2,700 value. You get the IC included in that $49.99 as well. So you get level 1 and level 2 if you buy the level 2 Premium Plus. All right. Hey, I know why you're here. Let's do that. Let's start with baseball. We'll have 1 baseball, 2 NBA. We're going to start off with a late game in baseball, Giants and the Padres. And about this time last week, I would tell you the Padres were one of the best teams in baseball because they were. Since then, they've lost, I think, 4 or 5 in a row. The Giants have flipped the script. Now they're the best team, or one of the best teams in baseball. They might be second best in baseball, but Giants minus 125, total 6.5 here. I see. What do you like in this one?
I mean, first of all, the fact that these two teams, I thought it's like a reverse. I thought you would have had the Giants team that would have struggled a little bit more this year, and I thought the Padres would actually be crushing it even more. The fact that the Giants are 19-10, I think speaks volumes, right? This is a team that took 2 of 3 from Texas, and what really surprised me is how well they pitched, right? They give up 2 runs in each of those 3 games. They've given up at least only 2 runs in 4 of their last 5 games. You can actually go further back. I mean, imagine playing a total of about 7 games, and 5 of those games you give up only 2 runs. It's pretty phenomenal. And I like the fact the public's also on the Padres here. The Padres are 17-11, but the Giants are the story. right? The Giants are the story. The fact the Padres have now lost 4 in a row. They've only put up, 3 runs in the last 4 games, which is ugly. They just got swept by the Rays. They could show some pride here, but Webb has a 1.98 ERA. He's been in San Francisco now for 7 straight years now. He's not pitched against San Diego this year. He went 6 innings, 6 hits, and no runs against Milwaukee in his last game. And he hasn't given up a home run in his last 4 starts. That's pretty darn good. And, he hasn't had technically a non-quality start all year long. And then you have Pivetta here who rolls in. Of course, Pivetta pitched for Philadelphia and then Boston. He's got a 1.20 ERA, but he comes off 7 innings, 2 hits, and no runs against Detroit. Pretty sharp. But I think he has a letdown here. I think after he comes off that great effort of no runs against Detroit, he pitched really well against the Cubs as well, but he comes off as almost a season low in hits. I don't count the Braves game in the first game because the Braves were terrible to start the year, and I'm a Braves fan. But I like the fact that, I think he just has a huge letdown here. I like Webb here coming in. I like the way San Francisco is playing in, and I think San Francisco wants to send a message here. I really do. I think this game is more about the team rather than the pitching. I think the pitching is going to be about the same, but this is about San Francisco wanting to send a message here. Remember the last time these two played each other, the Padres swept them back in the September series too last year. So San Fran's ready for this game. Give me San Fran.
I do like San Fran, but I think the under is the play here. I do like 6.5. Anytime you see 6.5. I'm always betting the under. If I
dude, you're sharp, dude. Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I
can just see like they're begging you to take the over. They've scored, what do you say, 3 runs in 3 games against Tampa Bay at home.
Yeah, they shouldn't call you Craig Trapp. They should call you Craig Sharp.
So let's take the under. So hey, maybe a little parlay under and San Francisco. I think San Francisco. I kind of thought they'd be sneaky good this year, but I didn't think they would be this good this early. But this division is great. The West is just really, really good. Every team is going to be, obviously everybody talks about the Dodgers. These teams are right up there. Look at the wins. So let's talk 2 NBA games, though. Before I get to it, though, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss out on all the stuff we do here daily. But let's kick it off in the first game. Bucks and the Pacers. Of course, the big news, Damian Lillard, he rushes back to get back from the blood clots in his calf. And now he tears his Achilles and probably out most of next year, they're saying, maybe even miss the entire year. Pacers looking to close it out here. Line 7.5, Pacers, and a total 222. What do you like in this one?
Yeah, Milwaukee's going to be a dumpster fire, dude. I mean, this could be the beginning of the end for Giannis. And I think Giannis knows that his career is limited, right? And I think he's going to be on his way out because he's not here to try to rebuild the Bucks. He's 30 years old. And with Damian out, I think they're going to take a year. They're going to punt the year. And as far as this game's concerned, especially after – it's funny how another series impacts this series, even though they have no relevance. Like the Cavs destroying the Heat. I think the Pacers are going to be like, yeah, let's not screw around here. Let's just get this done with so we can also rest too. I think they see that mentality about, yeah, let's not cough this game up and go back home and take care of business. So let's end this crap now. And I think that's why, what the Cleveland coaching staff has revolutionized basketball because they have 10 deep guys going balls to the walls from the start to the finish. And Steve Kerr learned this from the Cleveland coaching staff, right? So you have Kenny Atkinson, who's a brilliant coach, just brilliant. And Kerr knows that's why he was on Team USA as an assistant coach as well. But as far as this game is concerned, look, the Pacers just beat this team 129-103. Milwaukee only scored 103 points in their last game. Can Milwaukee step up and play phenomenal defense? Sure. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think what's going to happen here is this game is the last game went over 226. I don't like that this game came out to be 222. I would have wanted this total a little bit higher too. Maybe the Bucks put forth a great effort here, especially coming off such an ugly loss. I think you can either take a look at the Bucks or you can even take a look at the over here. I think what will happen is that this game will get out of hand. And I think that you'll have a lot of subs that come in one way or the other. If the Bucks are an active dog, it goes over. If the Pacers want to crush the snot out of this team, it'll go over. So smally on the over.
I like the first half for Indiana. I think, like you said, I think Indiana needs to come out and put their foot on their neck because weird things happen. Giannis is still top 5 player in basketball, super dominant guy. They get this game and it goes back and then it goes to game 7. Like all bets are off. I think Milwaukee plays with some pride here. Maybe late, but I think Indiana early puts it on them. Give me Indiana -4. I see some 4.5 out there too.
You think there's any way Giannis ends up in LA?
No, not unless LeBron retires. I mean, they don't have any money unless LeBron retires. They just don't have enough money. But there's a lot of young teams. Orlando, this Houston team. I mean, there's a lot of teams that have assets that could trade, which Milwaukee needs. They don't need just draft pick. They need a lot of guys. You could get 3 or 4 guys for Giannis and probably a draft pick. So, and this is a pretty good draft, I think. So we'll see. But that's what I like. I like the first half Pacers -4, 4.5. Last free play. Magic and the Celtics. Celtics 11.5 point favor and 199.5, I believe, if I read my writing right. This is a Magic team that they have not backed out. I mean, they have played physical, and the Celtics have been crybabying about it a little bit. Jaylen Brown's crying about it. Tatum, Missoula. So it has worked. They're not as good as the Celtics, and they know that, and they're playing physical. What do you like here? Is Magic keep this one close?
Well, I mean, I think Coach Jamal Mosley, I think, has some bona fide chops here. And, but I think that game in Orlando really broke their back because they lost 107-98. And I was on Boston in that game. And now Boston's going to go on the road as such a heavy dog. I mean, in an elimination game, you're going to see them as an 11.5 point dog. I mean, even in game 2, they were only a 10-point dog. You know what I mean? And now you're going to place them in an elimination game as such a big dog. The interesting thing, the last game totaled at 199.5, and this one comes in around the same thing. I like the way Orlando's playing. I think they're just going to have a lot of bite. Maybe they come together and they put forth a great effort. That's possible. But there's a lot of yapping going on in this series. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure the series isn't going to go out without a fight. I think at some point. And the funny thing is they're doing all this without Suggs.
Yep.
And Suggs will come back at some point, and this team will, will get even better. But this is a tough game, man. It's a tough game. And I would have actually taken the Magic here if the line was like 8.5 or 9.5. But the fact that it comes out 11.5, I'm like, oh man. You know what I mean? Like, am I getting sucked in here with 11.5 points? Am I going to the public? Because tell me why it should be 11.5. Every game's been close.
Yep.
Right? I mean, game 2 is close by 9 points. Game 3, they won. Game 4, they were right there. They got outscored 28-23. So, they were only down by 4 points going into the fourth quarter. I think, you're kind of being sucked in here. The total for this game, the public is about 57-43 split. So, it is a tough game. I think what I like in this game is probably a prop here. It's kind of an indirect play on Orlando. I wouldn't be surprised if you had Wendell Carter, right, do somewhat pretty well this game because he had about 9 points and 11 rebounds last game. The game that they won, Carter had 16 points, I think. So maybe a small prop on the over with Carter. But I don't know if you're an odds maker, don't you have to set Boston as a heavy favorite at home in an elimination game? Or maybe Boston saw what Cleveland did and wants to beat the snot out of Orlando, and that might be what the line is. So I'm going to take a lean here on the Boston Celtics and lay it.
There you go. So you have Carter and the Celtics. I'd probably, if I had to play a side, I'd probably play the Magic because, these dudes just don't give up. They have fought every inch of every part of this court. And that's where the Celtics are crybabying a little bit. They were like, hey, you're being physical with us. But I think they're going to get lots of fouls called. I think Orlando's going to have lots of fouls. I like Tatum to go over his points. He's winning, I think, 36 and 37 back-to-back games. It's 26.5. I think he's going to live at the foul line. I think he'll probably shoot 12 or 13 free throws. He shoots it at a good clip. So that gives you 10 points. He's only got to get you 17, and that's not a problem. I think he'll get that tonight. If I had to play a side, I would play the Magic. I'd probably lean towards the under as well. I think this is just going to be the Magic are going to try to grind this out and keep it close and have a chance late. That's all you ask if you're the Celtics. Be alive in the fourth quarter. So we'll see if they can do it. That's what we have. There's your 6 picks for today. Don't forget, docsports.com/free60. That gets you the $60 free account if you're a new customer. Of course, if you're an existing customer, just go over to the grid and get in on. Also, click below in the link in the description here at YouTube. Get on the Premium and Premium Plus. You won't regret it. $49.99. You'll get both the 3 premium plays from our experts here at Doc Sports. $90 value every day, and it's just $49.99 a month. Plus, you'll get Indian Cowboys plays with that as well. So it's a heck of a deal. All right, guys, we'll be back again later this week. It kind of going to depend on the schedule a little bit because it's hard to do Thursday games because there's not that many baseball games. A lot of them early, teams traveling. And now with the series kind of ending, so we'll see how some of these closeout games go tomorrow if we have games to bet. If not, we'll probably be back on Friday or Saturday. So that's what we have for today. Thanks, IC, for joining me. And good luck to everybody. We'll see you again next time.